The Caribbean's war on HIV, leading the world in prevalence rates among one group, men who have sex with men. A staggering 1 in 3 gay Jamaican men is HIV positive.
Some of my clients get HIV from me, and they go ahead and go to their wife or their girlfriend and have sex.
How men on the down low are putting everyone else at risk.
I started having sex with men all the same time while I was married and portraying this double life.
Is homophobia part of the problem?
We are seeing actual homophobia that continues to drive these men away from services.
On this episode of 18 Degrees North.
"18 Degrees North" is brought to you by
Grace.
Grace Coconut Water presents A Few Seconds with the world's fastest woman.
When you step into the blocks, you've got to believe in yourself, be yourself, and always be good to yourself.
Life is fast. Hydrate well with Grace Coconut Water. Grace Coconut Water presents Quality Time with the world's fastest woman.
My life is fast. Even when I'm not on the track, I'm busy running around. I always take the time to refresh.
Life is fast. Hydrate well with Grace Coconut Water.
Hello, I'm Zahra Burton and welcome to 18 Degrees North, where every week from right here in Kingston, Jamaica, we're going to be taking you on a global journey with us as we bring you a newer perspective on Caribbean affairs. And we begin tonight with a major health concern. It's widely known that Sub-Saharan Africa has the highest rate of HIV prevalence. But when it comes to one group, the Caribbean is actually tops. We're talking about the MSM group, men who have sex with men. In Jamaica, 1 in every 3 gay men is HIV positive. That's among the highest throughout the entire Caribbean. You'll meet one of them tonight on 18 Degrees North. We bring you the story of Chris, a gay man driven from his community to the streets of Kingston, where he becomes a commercial sex worker, contracts HIV, but continues to engage in unprotected sex with his clients. We investigate how ignoring the concerns of one group can impact the wider society. We're staying 18 degrees north and 77 degrees west, right here in Kingston, Jamaica. It's 9:30 p.m. on a Saturday. Banks and other businesses in the commercial district of New Kingston are closed, and this is the time when a 24-year-old we'll call Chris gets to work.
Business. Sometimes I have clients that drive and just stop and say, "What's up? What you up to?" And we go to the car and I said, "I'm up to business and thing," and they ask me how much, and we tell them, and if they can work with it, they say, "Come in the car."
Chris says he's worked the streets for the past year. He was left with little choice for work after being kicked out of his family's home for being gay.
I got death threats from the community saying that I have to leave the community, and I had nowhere to go, so I had to sleep on the street. I had to find food, I had to find roll-on, I had to find soap to bathe and to wash my clothes, and nobody's not going to give me without going to bed with them. So I started to do sex work.
That decision led Chris into a lifestyle of engaging in unprotected sex. Soon enough, he contracted HIV.
I could not talk. I was stunned. I could hardly move out of the doctor's office. My mind went far away. I was thinking of killing myself. I was thinking of doing all kind of manner of evil.
Shock eventually turned to acceptance, but Chris's new HIV status did little to change his risky behavior.
I tried to negotiate with them to use the condom. If they don't use the condom, I still go ahead and have sex with them. If my clients don't want to use a condom, and they are going to pay me a good amount of money, why not? The price of the condom is ranged from $2,000 to $3,000. And for without condom is from 4 to 6,000. All depends on the client and all depends on the class of the client. So.
In Jamaica, Chris is one of 32,000 persons living with HIV, or just under 2% of the population. But while overall infection rates have dropped by 25% over the past decade, new infections for one group remain stubbornly high: men who have sex with men. 1 in every 3 gay men is HIV positive in the country, the highest in the Caribbean. In fact, it's among the highest in the world.
We found that those MSM with higher rates have had adverse life events. They've either been homeless, they've spent a night in jail, they've been victims of violence, or they've even been raped. And as a result, these social and economic factors help to increase their social vulnerability.
From our experience here at JAS, we are seeing actual homophobia that continues to drive these men away from services, especially health services.
We decided to ask a group of young gay Jamaican men about some of the challenges that they face.
The moment you step in, the way people look at you, especially the person who was doing the registration, she talked to me and I'm answering her questions. And she's looking at me, body language wise, everything, and I can see that negative look.
And their issues of homelessness when they're found to be gay.
I was lost. And you just start going, you just start bouncing. Anyway, you can spend 2 nights, you go.
When you were staying at these makeshift homes, let's say, were you forced to have sex in order to stay there?
I wouldn't say forced. I would say you're obligated. You're not working. You're not providing meals. You don't do anything. So when the person comes and say sex, because that's the only thing that he thinks you can offer, then you do it.
But they admit their sexual behavior is part of the problem too. Right now, would you say that all of your encounters are strapped on?
No, they're not. I'm vulnerable.
There are times actually start off protected, but when it ends, you notice that, okay, something's wrong. There's no condom.
While most HIV transmissions are from sex between men and women, MSMs make up 30% of all new HIV cases. And it doesn't stop there. 1/3 of gay men in Jamaica also sleep with women. Those women make up 7% of new HIV cases.
The individual goes home. He goes home to a wife. The wife now becomes infected, and the male got the infection through this type of behavior. We find that, some form of cross-fertilization is taking place, and it comes around all in a big circle.
Chris says most of his clients are bisexual, and the fact that he's helping spread the disease to the unsuspecting female partners of these clients leaves him conflicted.
I think that some of my clients get HIV from me, and they go ahead and go to their wife or their girlfriend and have sex. And inside of me, I feel very bad. But as I said, in the end of the day, I can't help it. They know that many of us as sex workers have HIV, and they still go with us way back. And even when we say no, we want to use a condom, they still said no. We can do nothing than satisfy the clients and collect our money.
This makes the job of public health officials that much harder.
For the person who is HIV positive, we always remind them that this is not where it ends. You are also at risk. You do not know this person or why it is that they don't want to use a condom. They may very well be HIV positive as well. However, you can make your situation worse by having sex with somebody who is HIV positive.
And to address the MSM group successfully is a combination of economic empowerment, better social services, and healthcare.
Access to public healthcare has improved. We have also found that we've almost doubled in the last 2 or 3 years the number of MSM that have been tested and know their status. We have a number of MSM that are on treatment for HIV. And in terms of the social aspects, we have certainly trained quite a number of them. Training is one thing, but we cannot provide the employment.
But finding employment may not be enough. Take Chris. Even though he's now found work as an assistant chef during the week, on the weekend, he returns to the streets, spreading HIV through unprotected sex. So what do you think? Are homophobia and anti-gay laws to blame for the high HIV rate among gay men? Let us know what you think on Twitter and on Facebook. We're there to keep all of us connected to the Caribbean. Coming up on 18 Degrees North, he had a wife and 3 children, but he spent more than 30 years living on the down low.
Down low men are excellent actors. We are excellent actors. We know how to give the right performance. We know the right things to say. We know the right things to do. We know how to manipulate women.
We speak to New York Times best-selling author J.L. King about this lifestyle and what can be done about it to reduce HIV transmission. That's next on 18 Degrees North. Research funding for this feature was brought to you by Panos Caribbean and World Learning, with funding from the United States Agency for International Development.
Tropical rhythms for the fun of life.
First Global Bank presents Rewards Your Way, the Visa Credit Cards Rewards program that gets you the stuff you really want. Of course, there's travel and hotel, but there's also merchandise from our vendor partners, name brand appliances and accessories, hardware and tools, designer furniture, access to amazing local attractions, and even groceries. First Global Rewards Your Way makes the impossible possible, with the best Visa Rewards program and the lowest interest rates in Jamaica. What are you waiting for? Upgrade your card to FGB Visa today.
Finally, a way to help control your diabetes. Introducing Caribbean Dreams Cinnamon Mint Diabetic Tea. Caribbean Dreams Cinnamon Mint Diabetic Tea is all natural and sweetened with stevia leaves, a plant sweetener that's safe for diabetics. Cinnamon increases the body's ability to regulate blood sugar. Peppermint is high in antioxidants and soothes the stomach. Take control of your diabetes with Caribbean Dreams Cinnamon Mint Diabetic Tea.
Exercise. You know him coming to line up alone. Bring in the Grace Frankfurters. Quick.
The race, start.
These events now. Reach.
There they go. Good start. Oh, Sturgis up very, very well. Shelly Fraser Price has the lead. Simone Payne is on pace, but finishes.
How are you, boss?
Grace Frankfurters, Jamaica's favorite Frankfurters. Everybody is family.